go through a period of why did I get cancer a lot, until I discovered at my father's funeral that both my brother and my father both had prostate cancer, and that mine was hereditary. And this is a problem for a lot of men who may not be close to their families, because they don't know how high a risk they are for getting prostate cancer. Because if your family, if it runs in your family, the risk is quite high.
Why did I get it? I have no idea. And I don't concern myself with questions like that. It's happened, and you live with it. You know, you accept all the ramifications, and if you survive and it doesn't come back after 5 years, I think, you know, you can be quite hopeful.
I don't think I ever once asked myself that. Once I had the diagnosis firmly in hand, I said, you know, I guess my number was likely to come up. When I was younger, I smoked and I drank. I did all the things I wasn't supposed to do. Probably didn't have the world's greatest diet. And so the odds probably favored something going wrong with my body at some point in time. It happened to be my prostate. Well, it could have been anything else, I guess. You know, luckily, in a sense, luckily it wasn't something else.
There have been periods where I sort of wondered why I got cancer. I sort of wonder, was prostate cancer in my family, either my mother's side or my dad's side? Is it hereditary? I really don't know, for the simple reason is that going back 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, few men were diagnosed with prostate cancer, nor did they have any way of really diagnosing other than perhaps the rectal examination, whatever. And my understanding is that very few men ever had that, nor did doctors ever administer that. So it's very possible that there is a hereditary factor within my family, with my mother's brothers or my dad, but it was never diagnosed. So that actually is a question I do ask myself. Is it in my family? I certainly do tell my nephews and what have you that, by the way, you need to start to think about getting looked at and checked, because you're now reaching the age of 40. I am a man, you know, I'm your uncle, and so therefore, it's time, I think, that you need to start to think about that. It is hereditary.
Do I go through periods of wondering why I got prostate cancer? No. Never crossed my mind. Lots of people who are a lot less deserving of something bad happening to them than me, it happens to them every day. I mean, just watch the news, read the paper. I mean, you want to see some real people that got the short straw. I've had a pretty good run already in life. I'm planning on having I may be coming into the final turn, but I've still got a long stretch ahead of me, I hope. And I'm going to try and get as much enjoyment out of it as I can.
I can't say I do. I don't think too much about why me. In many ways, I think I've been blessed in terms of how my cancer has come upon me. I was blessed that my doctor had been monitoring my PSA for 10 years, so he was able to diagnose very early that there might be something wrong. Many men aren't diagnosed until it's metaphased and they're in a situation where they have very little treatment options left.
I think in our life, in a well-earned life, a well-lived life, you're going to bump into some roadblocks. I mean, there's road bumps. My dad went through World War II. He was 35 years old, and a little road bump called World War II came along. How'd you like that for 5 years? Well, I had 5 years of prostate cancer, and it wasn't that bad. I didn't have to, you know, live in a ditch in Germany or France. So I think we're all going to go through stuff, you know. So I didn't say why me, really. I guess I just said, well, this is something I've got to deal with, and the medical establishment's here to help me do it, and there's great support out there. And boy, did I ever find support. Not just formal support, but informal support from friends and family and people I'd never met before.
Honestly, cancer gave me the opportunity to prove whether I was walking my talk of positive thinking and being an uplifting person and all the affirmations and all the things I've done to manage my life thus far, I honestly took it as a challenge to say, I will not allow myself to have stinking thinking. I will not be negative. I will, even if I'm scared, I will not utter the words. I will not give the words life. I may think it, I'll swallow it. I definitely didn't tell my wife that I was fearful. I managed my life deliberately in order to ensure that the negative emotion didn't overwhelm me.